Ugh, there's too much light. My blessed mess forsaken! These fairy tales are leaves of dark. Fly a lifeless dream come from weak, how craft and dark to make 'em grim. That's my hallmark. My guts fill up with pretty tales. Their prissy cuteness never fails to make me puke, to lose my wits, to knock my teeth and give me fits. Now the rancid, stale and foul despise the happy ending. Gross and nasty make me howl, though they may be offending. I hear two tales of night, fear and woe greater than the night. I ain't dumb luck, a door up tuck, my humble goal is to A post-adolescent boy who doesn't know what fear is may be presumed uninformed of other basic emotions. He may be, in short, a dunce and not worth our notice. But here's an account of such ignorance that makes the boy out to be interesting and nearly clever, if lazy.
Father, I've heard some talk of fear. Fear of God, of disease, and of death. Fear of the dark. A schoolmate said he was afraid of girls. What is this fear?
The smithy is so tranquil and secure, I don't know myself. You'll have to leave home to learn what fear is. Some criminals are being hung at the gallows. You might learn about fear from them.
We can't be surprised at the boy's loopy innocence, as the father seems less than a bright light.
It's so unfair. Sure, we roughed up a priest who deserved it, insulted some nuns, banged a few heads for fun, but we never stole that stupid bell. It's worthless. We're not morons, are we? So you were unjustly convicted of theft? Is that fear? No, that's wrong. Now we'll die for something we didn't do. Are you afraid of dying?
Don't know yet. Being half dead isn't half bad. Boy gets no help from these mopes. He might as well have interviewed drying laundry. The boy stops by a schoolyard where he helps solve the crime.
Look, here's the bell. It wasn't stolen after all. Those men were innocent.
Never! They were certainly guilty of something and have met their just reward. As for the bell, it was purloined from my office and concealed in a sandbox to be retrieved at a later date with the intention of removing it from school premises for illicit purposes or profit or both. The malefactor must be punished.
Who would steal a stupid bell?
A mischievous, evil, unredeemable, dirty-minded pupil like you. That's who. And as I'm certain you won't confess, all students will share the blame. Get in line for a whipping.
That's not fair. Besides, it's clear who touched the bell last. Him.
That man is an adult, a teacher. You lying little savage. Get in line for a whipping.
Look, the brass bell is tarnished and the green stuff has rubbed off on the teacher's hands.
I confess, I always wanted a big brass bell of my very own to love and protect and fondle. I don't know why. I'm sorry. So the search continues. His ignorance is unimproved. Can no one and nothing teach this boy what fear is? He takes a peculiar job with the local royal.
If you can spend the entire night among these dreadful, ugly ghouls and ghosts, they will leave my castle and family forever. Many others have tried and failed, fearing for their lives. Stay the course, and you can marry my daughter.
Will I learn what fear is?
Guaranteed.
Oh no, King. Even you in your majestic wisdom can err. I think we know where this is heading. Nothing frightens the boy. Or not so he'll admit it. Ah, another happy wedding.
Now I think I know what fear is.
A deafening sudden noise is shocking, certainly. And when one evacuates one's bowels on being shocked, he may mistake the cause as fear. So the boy, to my mind, never did learn what fear was. Title's kind of a misnomer, but it has a more sensible outcome than the brother's tale, where the lad supposedly learns about fear by learning to shudder. His wife dumps cold water down his pants while he's sleeping. Where's the fun in that? Want to learn more about real fear? Player. When a father, thick as a brick, sends his son away to learn about fear, we're right to be skeptical. What can he know about fear and where to find it? True, there's nothing scary close to home. Looks like a child's playpen. Let's fix that, shall we? Make it smelly. Let's move.
Alright, everyone. With that said, let's, well, get rid of the clean, as they say. This is American McGee's Grimm. It is a 3D platformer by, well, as well you've seen, you probably will see soon. I think it is Spicy Horse Entertainment and, well, American McGee himself, actually. American McGee is known for 2 other games, which was, or at least 2 that I can think of right now, which is American McGee's Alice, which is a 3D adventure platformer of its own kind, based on the tale of Alice, more so based on Beyond the Looking Glass, which was a story sequel of it, and Alice the Madness Returns, which is a beautiful game that I love. But anyway, this is neither of those 2 games, for this is just Grimm. A tale in the game, well, as predicted, fairy tales are, well, become too kind, too soft, too clean and good for the brothers. And so here we are playing as Grimm and, well, making everything sort of restoring balance to where it should be. Controls are very simple, like what WSD is to move, space you can jump, double tap space you can double jump. If you hold place, Grimm will be, well, pissing, but if you do this and press space, you will jump straight to that. It's good for that. I'm sorry.
Make it gross.
Anyway, the P is good for precision platforming if you actually have trouble getting from place to place. So that's one way you can do to solve that. Another thing, these people who have question marks, these guys are cleaners. So anytime you have anywhere, so while you're trying to make dirty, it's not gonna be easy. So these guys will try to clean it. But when your darkness meter, which is like up here on the top bar, is filled up, well, you can actually start converting them to darkness, which means they can't actually clean. However, pause before. However, that does not mean they are completely out, because if another cleaner finds them, they'll just clean them up themselves, which they easily can do so. Now, why am I playing this game? I adore this game. It feels like a game that I feel was like tailor-made for me and my weird, morbid thoughts and whatnot. And there is sort of a rating system for this game, but it works differently than what you would expect. I'll go over that soonish, but I'm not going to be focusing. There's going to be one main aspect I'm going to be focusing on the most, and also, now that our darkness level is kind of high, you probably have noticed that, like, well, the sky is now different. Not only that, but, and it'll be quiet for you to notice. Well, it's hard to tell with these guys, but after a certain level of darkness that you have, the music actually does change from like a happy tune to, well,
Stomp it!
what you're hearing now, amidst the fire and the flames and people screaming in terror. Also, another cool thing that they added with the darkness level is every time you increase it, or you go to a new level of it, I've sort of messed up, but oh well, it's fine. We already cleared up this section, but that's fine. But
who's got it? But stomp it!
those guys can just basically, so yeah, now there's lava like in the first part of the area. These areas all the levels in this game all have like their own unique themes, and as you'll soon see, and kind of how they progress through the levels are really cool, and the other thing I actually like is how you'll see like what things translate to. It's never usually. There are some similarities in many levels, like some aspects will change, so like when you turn things to the Dark World conflict, some things will stay the same all the time, but that's usually never the case. Usually they all have a unique twist depending on the level itself. Also, there are these little tokens. These are secrets.
I have another secret.
As it implies, they are found literally randomly throughout the level, and if you're trying to... Oh yeah, also... Since these pots are full of lava, you can actually die if you fall in them, so kind of a thing you want to not do, because that's bad, because it does run in your time. But we're not going to be worrying about time because, well, if I want to do the fun stuff, which is show really how the world looks in Grimm's eye, I have to kind of take my time for these, so this isn't going to be like being efficient or being fast or whatnot. This is just kind of more of a relaxed playthrough for me, because I actually truly do adore this game, honestly. Oh yeah, actually, another thing too. These dark cleaners, when you've changed them, if you do a butt sound near them, you actually can kill them. Like, you could permanently get rid of them if you want, so in some ways, if you don't want like cleaners to be revived, and you just don't feel like getting all cleaners, you could just kill cleaners that you convert after the fact. Also, fire can kill you, which is kind of sad, and unfortunately, checkpoints aren't the best in Grimm, so sometimes you will find yourself having to do some sections a lot if you are not the best person in the world. But that's neither here nor there. Let us finally fun stop here, in which, fun fact, Grimm always has some comment about that. Alright, and that was scene 1 of A Boy Who Learns What Fear Is. I'm gonna be doing these stories like in like 3 scenes each, so that way you'll see like the main cutscene in like three levels, and then I'll like continue the next like in another video. So like, since some of these levels do get pretty long, my main goal is to try to get a gold star on the darkness level completely. Basically, I want to try to do that for like every level, so that way you can see how lovely the world gets in Grimm's eyes. It's quite beautiful. But even so, with all that explanation aside, let us move on.
The boy spends a night under the village gallows and hears the story of a man who's being executed for a crime he didn't commit. Boo-hoo! Where there's smoke, there's fire. Anyway, he's dead, or nearly. Who cares? Where's the fear? Make it stinky. Let's move!
And make it foul we shall, indeed. And now a new thing has been introduced for the helpers, these little critters. Insects, basically. You'll see these a lot, and in terms of helpers, they're not cleaners. They're not the worst in the world. They can be kind of irritating, but they're nowhere near. Also, there is a secret over there. But yeah, cleaners basically just kind of, they basically act like you, but basically everywhere they go, they clean. Certain objects that you can convert, they can convert back, but it's not instantaneously like what we're doing. It takes a while for them. But thankfully, it doesn't take long to convert these guys, at least. So you can usually keep your progress here, thankfully. It's kind of nice if you're trying to do like 100%. If you're trying to do all like a full, I guess, full Grimm view, I suppose, or darkness, I guess. I don't know. I haven't figured out how to really call it, but you see what I'm doing, basically. Also, if you want to do it, a good way of quickening the pace of turning things dark is, well, using the butt stomp, due to the fact that it goes in a wider range. Also, look at our boy who's trying to learn what fear is, the innocent little dolt. He doesn't even understand fully. Also, we have people hanging. They should be looking miserable. Thankfully, we're fixing that now. We're getting on a lovely boat. See, now they look like now they actually look like they are deserving to be hanged, in which, you know, they should be miserable. as you rightfully should. And now, well, oh, of course, I missed my jump for the. Oh, and apparently I killed something when I spawned. That's cool. Yeah. Basically, we can just get over here and see what's over there.
A secret no more.
It's a pretty simple one to get. It's one of the few cases of a secret that you can just find like right away, because it's almost quite literally just in plain sight. It's a rarity, actually. But now we're gonna make these trees look even grimmer, you know, because this is supposed to be like a place for the people to be hanged, be miserable and stuff. And also, the water is now made of lava because, well, that's more in tune with the Grimm. That's more to our likings, eh? Actually, I really do like. One of the few things I like doing in these worlds, like after I've completed most of the objectives, except for the final ones, I usually like to walk around these worlds sometimes, just kind of take in the sight. It's beautiful that way, in my opinion. And look how and there's sort of a beauty to like how dark everything, dark things become. And it's not like in the way of like, oh, this should be like horrifying, but there's actual beauty in it.
I'm hot, and not in a good way.
Also, it just kind of shows that if you're really consistent in doing a full dark run, you can usually get to your goal before you even get to the place where you need it. If you just kind of if you're very thorough about what you need to do, you can usually get what you need. Which is already good, because the next cleaners, which are these soldiers, we can already convert, which is perfect. Also, here's another secret behind the screen.
Found.
Now, if I were doing like a time run, like trying to do this, getting the secrets are usually imperative because they give you an extra 10 seconds to, well, complete it.
Make it rotten. Don't delay, but stomp away.
Which, in essence, to do a speedrun, to get the time trials in order to get like a perfect score, which I think is like a gold medal, I think you almost have to literally just speedrun these areas. I don't know how to speedrun them, or actually I think I could probably do if I wasn't just, if it weren't in my nature to just kind of mess around. I don't know, it's too much fun conveying the world into darkness and leaving these horrible patches of light and happiness everywhere. It should be dark, it should be miserable. These people should be hanging, lynched from their boughs in these bleeding trees. Nor should they be reading, because that makes like little sense for hanging people to read, be in misery because you're dying, probably doing wrong. You probably, I don't know, touched some kid in the wrong place. I don't know. I don't know what I'm really talking about at this point. I'm just kind of being idle chat at this point, so to say. Also, that should be the last of the cleaners, I think. Usually, if you've actually covered a lot of the darkness and you haven't found the cleaners, usually it's very easy to track them at that point, because you just have to follow the parts of the world that aren't impure, and then just snuff them out like a candle. Well, this has been all jolly and good, but I think we have a few poor saps that need to be hanging.
Woo! Look at them twist. Let's go. I'm tired of hanging out here.
And thus we get a new record for me, and thus my time was horrible. But that doesn't matter. The darkness is what matters. I probably won't be showing these all the time, but we'll soon see. But now onwards to the next area.
The boy exposed the teacher as a thief. Who's afraid of a kleptomaniac or whatever he is? No one found fear here, did they? Let's put a scare into these people. Make it stinky. Let's move.
Ah, yes. I want a playground, a school where Belle has been stolen. Surely nothing could go wrong here. Nothing could go wrong here. The fact that the teacher is clearly guilty, but you know what? He deserves better punishment than what was given to him. So for one, we're just gonna make this place, well, miserable. Like, look at these beautiful flowers puking blood. Or the tree, or the books that are on fire. And that's better. Also, a fun fact, we've just converted these people into their dark counterparts, which they look quite angry at him. And he actually looks like he's writhing in guilt and pain and misery and whatnot. And yes, you are seeing this. Our goal is to convert 20 children. To what, I may hear you ask? That's actually a good question. You'll find out very soon. Come here, little child. Come here. Oh, that actually sounds very horrible. Oh well, it's fitting for this game. We turn them into matchsticks!
Run, idiots, run!
Why? Because we're going to burn. Well, actually, I won't give that away. You guys figure that out for yourselves. You guys probably have a good idea what to do. Oh, we're probably gonna be making those match children do.
Now.
It's already becoming beautiful. Except for those trees, they need to become more brilliant with eyes. Now the children are probably next to like insects and small critters, they're probably one of the more easier creatures, cleaners to actually convert. Because usually it doesn't take much to convert them. Also, look at this playground, it's so beautiful. Now if you want to try to get the children like all at once, usually your best bet is to just kind of again just take it like section by section. Just kind of take your time with it. You'll find them. You'll get to them. Because usually the children, when they run away in terror, you can usually corner and trap them, and thus trick them into becoming matches. Like I've already gotten 5 already, just by minding my own business and not really paying much mind to them. Of course, there's the occasional butt stump I have to do, but then again, that's really how you're gonna make progress. Also, look at the swing set, or seesaw, I should say. Those lovely kids, impaled, so beautiful. But of course, we're getting dull because there's still a bunch of children who are trying to be terrible things, like that child who's now hanging the bell in this burning building, as he rightfully deserves. Oh, you! Stop ruining my progress. I work hard to dirty these areas. I work very hard to do what I do. And yes, usually the children are kind of known to repeat the same line in dialogue, which is, "Oh no, the filthy man is back!" Ah! Or "Go away," or "Stay back." Yeah, the dark man is coming. That's usually all they say. But now these children have all screwed up! Matches you all shall become. You don't have to bunch up all the time because usually the more darkness you have, you can just start walking over things. But it's more fun bunch up because you usually cover more areas. So yeah, I actually enjoy this game. It's very nice. It's very relaxing. It's actually another relaxing game to play, I would say at least.
What does this have to do with learning about fear? Yes, the teacher is punished for his crime, but really, you call that punishment? Let's make him fry. Make it nasty. But stomp it.
So yes, as you guessed it, we're gonna set that that terrible teacher on fire. Show him what for. Steal a bell, you get torched. Because who doesn't like a good old teacher burning? You know, it's for kids. Even the matchsticks all came here invited to here to show, even though they were formerly actual kids. But details, really. Oh hey, and a secret behind the books. I guess the surprise should not give away the fact that I haven't found all the secrets in this game, because there are just some that are really, really well hidden. Actually, it's actually kind of impressive what you gotta do.
Butt kicking girl.
But well, with that said, Why don't we have a good old style burning?
Burn, baby, burn!
Now that's paying a price. Punishment at its finest. Are we frightened yet?
And that was scene 3. So, yeah, this will probably be the end of this video. I will continue on and finish the next half of this chapter, or episode, I should say. So, until then, I've been Genesis013, and may all lost tales end just as well. Goodbye, everyone.